Hello, Rosie.
Hi, Carole, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm staying cool, not like you.
Not like me. I'm have my fan blowing me all over the place because we have triple digits here, and they say it's a dry heat, but it's still hot. So,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
today we're going to be working with our messages for the month of August, right?
Yes, so we have a beautiful message to share. So we're gonna go right to it. Um,
So
so
oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
So we have self-published decks of cards, oracle decks, and which we call the Body of Wisdom oracles, and we're going to be working with those to share with you a monthly message that is a collection of 5 different cards to help you navigate your way through the month of August.
First, we're gonna just mention a little bit of who we are, so you know a little bit more about where we're coming from. So I'm a spiritual entrepreneur and artist, a practitioner. I hold several modalities, certification in various modalities, and I kind of integrated all of those modalities when I facilitated sessions with clients. I'm also pursuing a master's degree in metaphysical sciences. I am passionate about creating tools to support others in embracing and appreciating who they are. That includes the Body of Wisdom oracles. I'm also doing some compilation of card spreads with Rosie also, and some art, and all to really help us step into our potentialities. And the best way to do it for me is through self-awareness and self-discovery practices. So that's
Right. And if you want to see, Carol's a very, very gifted graphic artist, and she works from a zone where she connects with her muse and with source and brings things through, and it just shows up in her art, which is in soul. She calls it in soulistry because it's art that is ensouled. So if you get a chance, run over or drop into the website to look at her artwork. It's amazing, and you see her artwork on the A side of all of the cards from these decks. It's spectacular.
let's learn a little bit more about Rosemary.
So I'm Rosemary Nevara, also known as Rosie. I'm a psychic medium. I like to tap into my aptitudes uh, in order to communicate with all manner of beings, including those who have stepped off the planet, no longer are inside of a skin like we are. I do direct readings. I do various readings with divination tools. My favorite tools are oracle cards, tarot, and oracle decks. Of course, I'm smitten with our Body of Wisdom decks, so that those are my favorite cards to use. And I'm very, very passionate about using my gifts to be of service to others.
And that she is, because I know firsthand how supportive and how wonderful of a healer she is. So thank you,
Thank you.
Rosemary.
You're very welcome. Always happy to help.
So our intention is really to assist everyone in creating a more harmonious state of being. And for us is, soulful joyful living came about as it was kind of my mantra. And it's more than a mantra. And it became my business name in some ways because I feel like this is what I want to embody every day. And then Rosemary just jumped into the soulful, joyful living vibe as well.
I couldn't resist. What a great mantra, right? Living every single day joyfully and soulfully. That how better could life be, right? How could life be any better if you live it that way? So yeah, and our messages, I think that the messages that we brought through on the cards really embody that and help with navigating things so we do find ourselves living a soulful, joyful life.
And what the best way is just to do it one day at a time. So we hope that the cards can be of a support system in you creating that same kind of lifestyle. So
Absolutely.
So I know we use the MANIFESTOR deck as the theme for our messages. So this is
Yeah.
the springboard to that come through with that help us get the other messages through. So which card did you pull from the MANIFESTOR deck, Rosemary?
So for the August readings, I pulled, this is called Exploring the Gray. And so you can see that when you look at it, it looks like a black and white movie. It's blacks and whites and shades of gray. And of course, it's very vibey because our manifestation deck cards all have a shimmer and a vibe to them because it's about energy. So exploring the gray, all these cards would start with the phrase for the purpose of manifesting my soul's desire, and then information about that comes in. So this is about, for the purpose of manifesting my soul's desire, I'm open to exploring the gray area that offers a spectrum of different qualities. So many of us find ourselves in situations where it's either this way or that way. It's one or the other. But exploring the gray, it's both and, right? It's the whole spectrum, and it allows for a broader perspective, a broader perception. It allows for blending extremes so that there's more balance. Of course, black and white are necessary. Black is about, it offers stamina, it offers protection, it offers healing. White offers purity, wholeness, and illumination. Gray is a combination of those things. And within that is the essence of neutrality. And if we can be and observe from a place of neutrality, it doesn't exclude anything. It's very inclusive. So the possibilities are endless. It opens up wisdom, it opens up windows of optimism and open-mindedness and opportunities. And of course, limitless curiosity comes with that because you're not judging, you're from a place of neutrality. So you want to know about everything. Exploring through a gray lens widens and balances our views of the world around us, and it allows us to manifest. And this is the manifestation that it allows us to manifest from a place of inclusivity instead of exclusivity. So it's a really important concept, I think, and a great place to be.
I love that because I know for me, I was very much of a black and white kind of background, and I think that brings it back to trying to control
Oh, of
everything,
course. Yeah.
so I think that neutrality kind of allows us to be more into that space of acceptance, and then being shown more than what we're limited. That our mind is our views can be very limiting if we're staying in the black and white. So that limitless curiosity, I think, is it definitely opened my horizon, and being in that allowed me to step into that mysticism and into that appreciating the unknown and not be scared of the unknown.
Right.
So
And I love what you said about how being in the place of black and white is like a need to be in control. Um, and oftentimes that need of being in control comes from a place of fear.
mhm.
So I think that's really, really deep and important. And all the more reason we should learn to step into a place of neutrality because it allows us to release the fear and release and need to control. And then it opens us up to limitless possibilities. So yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Sure. I mean, we're here to share, right?
Right, absolutely.
So I pulled the next card is I pulled it from the crystal deck. And this is the anosite
Oh, it's such a hard,
crystal.
yeah.
And it's voicing the message that understand that your work reverberates, resonates, and vibrates throughout eternity. So really being understanding that as we are eternal, our impact is also eternal. And being it reminds you to really allow yourself to be connected and grounded with Mother Earth, and to embrace your connection with spirit, that allows you to melt into the core and radiate out. So it's really allowing you to connect back to your heart, connect to your inner vision, and remind you that you are part of the conscious universe or the collective. So everything that we do, everything that we think, everything that we speak has an impact on everything else. So understanding that and being in that place of neutrality, I think we're more aware of how we are impacting and affecting the whole. So,
And when we're working from that place of neutrality, surely our impact is going to be more meaningful because it's going to be more inclusive.
exactly.
It's not an either or, it's a both and, because we can see the whole picture.
Exactly.
We're connected to everything. So, and we do impact. So yeah, that's a great card.
Yeah, I love all the threads, and it feels like it's this showing that interconnection also, that
Right, all of that interlacing, interwoven thing.
exactly.
Yes.
So what was the card that you pulled from the
I
color
pulled
deck?
a card from the color deck. Look at this. Look at the gorgeous colors on that box. It's spectacular. I love this deck. This deck on color frequencies is very, very interested. I always loved colors, but I hadn't worked with them as much until I started working with the color deck, and they're amazing. So this couldn't have been, we couldn't have pulled a better card. This card is, can you see it? Okay.
Yes.
I'm worried about the glare on it. This card is Elegant Beige. Now, all of our color cards have the qualities of the card color, and then it also gives us a message. And all the messages are about, I am open to experiencing. So Elegant Beige, and it truly is elegant, is about balance, comfort, and strength. So I'm open to the experience of creating balance, which brings me comfort and strength. And what's so interesting about this is when you're working with colors, when you're working with browns, beige is a neutral color. So, and it creates balance. And when we work with neutrality, we're working to create balance. And within that, there's a comfort because things are balanced. They feel, anytime you have balance, there's a sense of equilibrium and it feels comfortable. Plus, there's also a sense of strength that goes with it because you're not boinking from one extreme to the other. So I just think this is a perfect card to come up for this draw of cards for August.
Yeah, I feel like the word that came to me as you were talking was composure, because I feel like for me, beige is it's very classy, very elegant. It has that sense of being, you're holding yourself to a certain standard, in the sense of you're not letting your emotions up and down, and you're just, being like, you're carrying yourself in a way that um you're making an impact in just by your presence, and if it brings that neutrality sense to it, so the balanced being. So it's really interesting what I think the word composure makes a lot of sense when
Right,
you
right, it does. And it's so interesting that it came forward when we were doing this draw and ended up with the theme of exploring the gray.
right. So then the next card that we pulled was from the consciousness deck.
Right, yes,
And
our consciousness deck.
and this is the heart intelligence card. And this reminds you, so if every card starts with I'm grateful for, and this one is about awakening to become more heart-centered. And for me, going into the heart really brings out the compassion, brings out more tolerance. Being heart-centered brings out more of the acceptance of what is, and not necessarily judge and not necessarily. So when we let go of judgment, we're more into the neutrality space. And I think it allows for us to grow and evolve in a way into the more of the divine love frequency that we are supposed to, um, that we're come from, right? And it also help us recognize that the other person is also divine love as we are, they are. So I think being the heart centered really brings us into that space of neutrality.
Right, because we're open, it opens us up. And when we're opened, we're less likely to judge and more likely to accept and work from a place of being neutral.
And for me, the way that I became more and more into my heart centeredness was to put myself in everybody else's shoes so that it would allow for more tolerance, because I was very like in the black and white, and that brought a lot of constrictions and a lot of ways of thinking that were limiting. So as I started putting myself in someone else's shoes and say, hey, that could be me, and this and that, then it just really kind of broke barriers down, and it broke rigidity, and it just took me in a space of more fluidity and more acceptance. I mean, that's just, it's an unfolding, right?
Absolutely, and it brings in, I think when I find myself in situations like that, putting myself in other people's shoes, wearing somebody else's moccasins, walk a mile in somebody else's moccasins before you judge them. And I find that it brings me to a place of being heart-centered and compassionate, which releases the need to judge and puts me into a place of neutrality. So yeah, I really love that idea of walking around in somebody else's situation, and how would I act? How would I feel if that was going on in my life?
And I think it takes it back to the inclusivity that we found in the exploring the gray.
Right, that's exactly right. My dog wants to be included. She was just sticking her face in my, hi, sweetie, my dog Luna. So the last card that we pulled came from the I Am Oracle deck, the first deck. This is about an inner journey. It's a beautiful deck of affirmations. It's a great reminder for things. And I pull a card from this deck every day to start my readings for the day. And the card that I pulled was I am flexible. So how perfect is that? If you want to be working from a place of neutrality, you got to be flexible, right? The message from this card is, as I allow less resistance, big word, resistance, and more flexibility, big word, flexibility, my life is unfolding naturally. And I think that's really true. When you don't fight it, when you don't resist it, and you're just flexible, things just unfold easily and nicely. And these cards all have very deep probing questions. So it asks, in which areas of your life could you release control to allow more? And we talked about that control issue with the black and white. So these just interweave and dovetail nicely. So I was so excited when this card came up because it was so perfect for the reading.
So we hope that this message is going to support you in understanding to swim more into the exploring the gray, and looking at life from a gray lens rather than the black and white lens. And that's really our intention, is to assist you in that. So we also would like to ask if you're welcome to join our online Oracle Circle that we've created, that's going to be held every third Sunday of each month, unless we have something else that happens. That will definitely make a notation on that. but you're welcome to bring your own deck with this. And we launched it in July, and we had a wonderful, wonderful
We had a wonderful experience, and
exchange.
there's a suggested donation, a suggested love donation. It was fun when we did it in July because we had all different cards. So, and it worked beautifully. It worked beautifully. So it was really interesting, the messages that came through. We had a series of questions. Carole had designed a spread, which was a series of probing questions that we worked through. And it was so interesting what came up. Everybody's reading was a little bit different because everybody's different. So it was
Right.
really fun. So
Yeah,
we
it was
encourage you, if you're interested in doing readings and you don't quite know how to go about that, this is open to people at all levels, very beginners, people who do readings for a living. Everybody's welcome. The only thing you need to have is a deck to work with.
right. And another opportunity for you is to join our Facebook group, which we promote the body of wisdom oracles into the circle that we've created in our Facebook group. And Rosemary shares mini readings throughout the week, and I share some spread and some other nuggets of wisdom and this and that. So
Your artwork. When she puts up her mandalas, I end up sitting in front of the computer and meditating on the image. And sometimes I feel like I'm falling right into the screen of my laptop because the ensolistry art of the mandalas is so compelling. So the Oracle Circle Facebook group is really, really fun. We have lots of people who join us, and there's always interesting things every week. So if you're interested in joining another group, we'd love to have you.
yes, we're all about promoting soulful, joyful living, a soulful, joyful living lifestyle for you, and to embody more and step more into your potentialities. So,
Right.
and we are also available for private sessions if you are inclined to do that. So this is our contact information, and we're just grateful that you were with us today. Thank you, Rosemary, for joining me today on the circle. And
Thank you, Carole.
I,
Oh, we forgot to talk about the blog.
okay.
Let's talk a little bit about the blog, because what we've done with the sharing of the draw for August is also in the blog on the website. So if
Yes.
you're a person who likes to read it or you want to go back and revisit it, it's there in the blog on the website. And then you can come back and listen to this as well.
So thank you for being here. Thank you for your attention, and we hope that the message supports you for this coming month.
Yes.
We
Happy
love
navigating, happy navigating August. Thank you for including me, Carole, and thanks to everybody wherever you are who's joined us today.
Thank you. See you next month.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.